Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna be going over what it's actually gonna take for you guys to build a product, whether it's a paid community, an info product, or a course, or whatever it's gonna be, to actually generate a consistent, predictable, monthly recurring revenue from your following online. By the way, if you don't know who I am, my name's Ollie Arch, and I'm on a mission to help content creators build predictable incomes through their content and the educational value that they provide. I've been out running an agency for the past 12 months, helping creators build info products and these paid communities to help them generate a consistent, scalable, monthly recurring revenue and convert their online attention into a predictable income for themselves. All right, so let's get into it. So basically, how to build a school group or how to build a community or an info product or a course, whatever. I'm gonna break it down into three simple systems, and I'm gonna help show you what it's actually gonna take you guys to actually build these systems and get this thing up and running. So essentially, the first thing that we wanna do is, build the content, build the information, you want to be building this community based on information and based on the knowledge that you have and are planning to share with the people and with your members, essentially. So when we go to build information and content, it's about information that actually gets results, right? So this is where, we can split it into two types of content, where we have static content and dynamic content. Static content really meaning like static information, so perspectives, based opinions, understandings and teachings, things that you kind of just learn through words and like a document and that kind of thing. Where dynamic content is more interactive content, again with the same principles, the same understandings, the same teachings, just taught in a more dynamic way rather than just conferring it on a Google Doc and getting people to read and understand it that way. So when it comes to static content, building out the resources, the concepts, perspectives, and understandings that people will need to understand in order to kind of apply this knowledge and be able to utilize this knowledge for their own benefit. So building the resources, whether it's a Google Doc, whether it's a PDF document, whatever sort of resource that you feel like is necessary for someone to read through and go through and use to apply it somewhere else in the niche, you need to build these out. So along with the concepts and perspectives. So certain concepts that people may need to understand a certain topic, you need to kind of get this concept across to someone. And by doing that, you may need to shift their perspective and shift their outlook on the idea so that they can understand the concept and fully understand the complete understanding of what's actually going on, so that they can be able to take on this information and be able to apply it. So when it comes to dynamic content, this is when you're kind of creating the videos. And the videos may include, again, more concepts, more perspectives and understandings, but now you're teaching it in a video format where they are potentially understanding it in a more dynamic way, whether you're getting them to do action items and actual actions to take so that they can actually understand the information a little bit better rather than just reading it or you talking about it. So we have the resources, we have the static content there on one side, and now we have the video creation. So just a different method of teaching this information and getting this knowledge across to someone who's new and wants to understand it a little bit better. So along with videos, we have kind of the actionable steps and the self-accountability sections where, within teaching the dynamic content, now it's like, what actions can we actually get these people to take so that when they are taking these actions, they are understanding the applied knowledge from perspectives and from the static content and applying it to an actual specific real life example. And that is another way to kind of get your delivery across and get your information across. So making sure that we do have actionable steps and people are putting these steps that we've taught them into practice, as well as self-accountability. So any sort of self-accountability tracker where they can actually track, are these people actually doing the work to get X result? And if not, how can we help them, and how can we show that unless they're going to actually do the work and apply the knowledge that we've taught them, they're not going to see any results. So kind of holding them accountable to actually getting the result and based on the information that they've learned, and then applying it in real life examples and continuing to practice it so that they can actually get the result that they want. So the next thing I want to go over is building the actual community. So along with building the info product or building the course or building the paid community, one aspect is the information and the knowledge that you're sharing, but another aspect to it, and was what makes this model super great, is the actual community side to it. So people going through the similar scenarios together is a lot better than trying to put someone through the same scenario alone, right? If they have the community feel, they understand that there's other people going through the exact same situation and bouncing off each other and teaching each other different things as well, is going to really help them to getting X results. So building out the community is essential in something like this, and making sure that your product stands out against the rest in terms of the usual info products and the usual paid communities, just because of that community factor. And how can you improve and how can you make this better than everyone else? So the key thing is here is to incentivize engagement. So it's a lot easier to create a community, but it's another thing to actually make sure that they are engaging with each other and make sure that that community culture begins to grow. So building the culture is necessary, setting it from an example from the top down. So you are the creator, you are the example. So make sure that whatever example you are setting is a good one, because your community is going to flourish off the example that you set, and you're going to be able to build a culture based on the example that you set, and that is how you're going to get these people to think like-minded and align on the same goals and the same values. So with building culture, you need to be rewarding good posts. So by rewarding good posts, you're then incentivizing people to make better good posts, because there's nothing better than being acknowledged for something that you've done well by the person that you look up to. So by rewarding good posts, you are incentivizing people to post good content for one, and content in general, just to kind of get that community culture flourishing and make sure that people are actually engaging with the community as well as the information that you are sharing. And another thing that you can do is reward and share wins. So essentially, you want the people that are going through this setup and the information that you are sharing and the education that you are teaching them to, share the wins that they get. Share the scenarios where this information has actually helped them and post it in the group. And reward people for posting about it, because the more social proof that you have of people taking on your information and learning from you and actually applying it and getting a good result is what's gonna essentially build this culture and give the other people in the group the confidence that what you're actually saying is actually working, and it's going to help bring more people in overall. So make sure you are rewarding people for sharing their wins, and incentivize people to share the wins, because the more wins that are shared, the more confidence that is gained from everyone else in the group. And then it's a nice positive feedback loop, because the more wins that they'll share, the more confidence they have, the more wins they'll get and they'll share. So yeah, make sure you are rewarding people for sharing their wins, and make sure you incentivize the sharing of the wins, because that is important for social proof and stuff like that. The next thing is, and it's quite specific to school in general, but it's about gamification. So, incentivizing this engagement and kind of gamifying it, really get these people involved and engaged. And by gamifying it, you're going to incentivize the overall engagement. You're going to incentivize the overall engagement, and you're going to, again, increase the level of engagement within the community to make this core community stronger and the core culture stronger. So whether you implement competitions, whether you implement giveaways or exclusive modules for people actually engaging with the community, again, rewarding engagement is key in growing the community. So make sure that if there's any way that you can feel like you can incentivize engagement and reward people for engaging, implement it, try it out, and this will overall make this community feel nice and strong. Now the final thing I want to go over is actually building the conversion system. So it's all good and well building out the information. Now you've built out the community. So now you have a nice community of information and people going through information and conversing and engaging with each other. But it's like, now how can we grow this community and get more people in so that our community grows? So converting online audience and online attention into members. Now there's two kind of systems to go about it, and I'm going to run you through both. So the first one is building that online social presence, right? And posting valuable content and continuing to post about said information and give out free value, get people involved and get people trusting what you're saying is actually working, and get people engaging with your content, like I've talked about so many times on this channel. Build that online social presence, and by doing that, you'll actually tend to build market authority. Now, market authority is key because people aren't actually going to believe what you're saying unless you've built authority in the market, and the only way to build authority in the market is, one, continue to post, and two, actually get results for these people. So give out valuable content, post about people's wins, show people that what you're saying actually works, and continuing and being consistent with it is going to help you build market authority over time. Now, the next thing I kind of just touched on it before was valuable content. So make sure you're giving out valuable content. Make sure that your content isn't just content to entertain people, but content to educate people, right? The more you educate people, the more people will understand that what you're sharing, the knowledge that you're sharing is actually valuable and it's actually going to get them X result. And the more market authority that you've built, people will trust that what you're saying is actually working for people. So make sure that all your content is valuable. There's a quote from Hormozi, and he says, if you give out, I don't know, it's not a direct quote, but it's along these lines, right? If you give out good content for free, then people are more likely to purchase from you, because it's like, if he's giving that out for free, then what is he not giving out for free, right? So you want to use the free content as kind of your advertising and your marketing for what is held within and what else you have to show, essentially. So if your content is good, that's free and nice and valuable, they're way more likely to buy from you, because obviously the content was super valuable, so they got what they wanted from the content and actually got them the result. So now they trust you, now you've built authority, and now they're 10 times more likely to actually purchase from you. So make sure that your valuable content is good, and don't be afraid of giving away too much, because by giving away too much, so to speak, you have way more likely chance of them actually purchasing from you and continuing to engage with your content and continuing to learn from you. Now, the final thing I wanted to touch on was just driving actual traffic to this group. Now, when you're building content and when you're engaging with people, people are always looking for more content from you. So they're going to look, how can I get more from this guy or this girl? How can I learn more from this person? How can I, use more of this knowledge and put it into my daily life? Now, they're going to be looking for this example. They're going to be looking for somewhere to go. So now you need to direct this attention somewhere where you can monetize it, essentially the school group, right? Or your community or your course or whatever you guys are monetizing. So you have to create somewhere for all this attention to go. So whether it's a funnel, whether it's a school group, whatever it is, make sure that it's just one thing, because by adding too many complexity streams to your conversion stream, you're going to sell way less, right? And you're going to confuse the buyer, and the more harder the process is, the more friction that's created and the less sales that you actually make. So make this process super streamlined, simple as possible, one funnel, one link, one school group, whatever it is. Make sure there's only one of them, so that there's only one place for this attention to go, and make sure that your conversion system is high. And if you only have one system for people to go to, then you're going to be spending all your time improving the system over time, right? So the conversion system is going to be high, your conversion rate is going to be way higher by just spending all your time into making the system better. And if there's only one system, everyone goes to this one system, so there's no worry about trying to improve this one and trying to improve another one. You improve that one system, you get all of your attention through it, and you will make a ton of sales, right? So whether it's a funnel, whether it's a school group, whether it's a website, whatever it is, make sure there's one of it, and give somewhere for all this attention and all this traffic to go, and make sure there's only one place for them to go. Otherwise, you're going to be confusing people and you're going to lose people along the way, essentially. So to get members for your school group, you need to get eyes on it. So that's why I say a funnel that links to the school group, or just a link to the school group directly, and use the about feature. And same goes for a course and stuff like that as well. I use school groups because, as I mentioned before, I do run an agency that helps build info products and paid communities, and we do use school. That's why I mention school a lot, and I feel like it is the best platform out there. But regardless of whatever platform you decide to use that platform, get people directly to it, or they can use a funnel to then get them to it. So a two-step process or a one-step process, either works just as well, but figure it out what's going to work for you and make it, essentially. So by getting eyes on the school group, you're getting eyes on the product, on the community. You actually show people what's going on, and you can show people results, and you can actually get people looking at it, and the more people that look at it, the more people that are going to buy it. So you want to bring attention to whatever's going on, and by doing that, you're just driving the attention from your content, which is growing and more people are seeing, because you're creating value and you're getting results, and then just driving that attention over to getting more people on your community, on your info product, whatever it is, right? And when you get these eyes and attention on this kind of product, you have to make sure that this attention is used wisely, right? So you got to show results, you got to show the community feel, you got to, give these people reason to buy and reason to join, because if you're showing people are making, if everyone's getting X result and everyone's engaging with each other and everyone's, in it together, so to speak, and everyone's helping each other, people are going to be way more inclined to buy, because they miss that. They want that feeling of being able to achieve stuff with other people and getting the recognition from everyone else as well. So, show off your results, show off the community, show how active it is, show off everyone and talking to each other, and then show everyone getting X result, and there's no way someone's not going to buy it. So make sure that when you do get eyes on a product like this, make sure that you are using it effectively by showing off results and showing off community and showing off everyone talking about it, being involved with it, and show off the amount of members you have, right? Because someone is way more inclined and likely to buy if there's 100 people doing the same thing, talking about it, engaging with it, helping each other, supporting each other, cheering each other on, and everything along those lines, right? Right, so that's all I wanted to go over in this video. By the way, if you do want some extra help with monetizing your audience and building out something like this from a professional who does it every single day, then click the first link in the description. And no, it's not a free training, and no, it's not a course either. Honestly, it is a funnel and it is designed to sell you something, but at the end of the funnel, it is a link to book a call with me. And in that call, we can just have a chat about implementing some of our monetization strategies into building a predictable income for yourself throughout your content. By the way, I don't mind if you click the link or not. Honestly, it is just there if you do want some extra help with monetizing your audience. But the main thing is, guys, that you did get some value from this video. So that's all for the video. If you liked it, there is a button for that down below. Click it. Also comment anything that you want me to cover in the future, as well as potential problems that I may have helped you solve in the past. Also subscribe to me for more content about monetizing your audience, as well as other creators on this platform. So yeah, that's all for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I know it was a bit of a different video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. See you later. Have a good day. Goodbye.